Quintana, coming to you from the Beehive at QBsQuest.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable Hershey's Kiss tents using the Seasonal Chums bundle, which consists of the Seasonal Chums stamp set and the Seasonal Tags framelets. So these little guys are so cute, and they already have a little hole built in. So if you want to create these as an ornament, all you need to do is tie on some thread. Now the Seasonal Chum stamp set is kind of special because it has both a front and a back, so it makes for a really cute design. If you don't want to turn them into ornaments, you can just cut that little tag portion off, and now they can become little favors for your table or little giveaways when someone stops by your house. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make these. To start off with, you're going to need a piece of crumb cake cardstock and a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to work on the reindeer and the snowman at the same time. So for the stamping, you're going to need your Memento Tuxedo black ink pad. And let's start off with stamping the reindeer. I've already got him mounted on a block. Make sure he's nice and inky. And we're going to stamp him on the crumb cake cardstock, like that. Then we're going to take the snowman and ink him up as well. And then stamp him on the Whisper White cardstock. Now we're just going to do some coloring with Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to bring in all my colors here. I've got my light cherry cobbler. I've got my light and dark crumb cake. I've got my light and dark smoky slate. I've got the light pumpkin pie and the light old olive. And there you go, the reindeer and the snowman are all colored. Now you're going to need your Big Shot, and I'm using my magnetic platform. I've got one cutting plate on top of that platform, and then we're going to put the snowman down and the reindeer down. We're going to grab the reindeer and the snowman framelets, and we're just going to make sure we outline them, and they go one way, so if it doesn't look right one way, just flip it around and it should look right on the second side. And just make sure you frame that up, and then do the same for the reindeer. And when that looks good, go ahead and put the second cutting plate on top, and then you can run these through the Big Shot. And here is the cutout of the snowman, and here is the cutout of the reindeer. Next, you're going to need your Simply Scored scoring board, and you're going to need a piece of crumb cake for the reindeer. So this piece is cut to 4 inches by 1 inch, and just put it up at the top of your scoring board and score it at the 1 inch mark, the 2 inch mark, and the 3 inch mark. You can set this piece aside, and then we're going to do the one for the snowman. So you're going to need a piece of thick Whisper White, also cut to 4 inches by 1 inch, and place that up at the top and score that at the 1 inch mark, the 2 inch mark, and the 3 inch mark. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble these, and I've decided that I'm going to turn these ones into ornaments. So I'm going to start off with the reindeer, and I'm just going to fold him in half so that the back and the front line up. Make sure they line up perfectly. This is really important. If you didn't want to turn this into an ornament, now would be the best time to go ahead and cut off this little tag piece. Then you're going to take your scored piece and you're going to fold it in half in the middle. Then I'm going to put some Tombow glue right on the head. And then I'm also going to put glue coming up on the leg, just up and around the legs on both sides. You only have to put glue on the head once, but on both the legs. Then you're going to take this piece, I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to line up the feet of the reindeer right along this score line right here. And then I'm going to close up my little tag, and I'm just going to make sure it looks nice and lined up. I used to make the little tent first, but I found this way is really a little bit easier because you can press down and really get a good seal onto the tent and the part that kind of comes together at the top. So I found this a little easier. Now this part opens up here at the bottom, which will create our little tent. So fold in those two pieces. And then you're going to put Tombow on one of them. And then you're going to bring the other piece in like this. And that just kind of folds over like that. And then you can squeeze that down. And that's where we'll put the little kiss in afterwards. So we're going to do the same thing for the snowman. We're going to fold him in half and just make sure he lines up and looks good from both sides. Then we're going to take the strip and we're going to fold it in half along the center score line. And then we're going to put Tombow again on the head and then down here on that bottom ball of the snowman. And you're going to have to do both the bottom balls, but just once for the head. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to line up the bottom of the snowman with that score line. Just make sure you like how it looks. And once you like how it looks, then you can bend the back part in to the back and just make sure it lines up nicely again. And then you can really give this a good squeeze and make sure it is sealed down nicely. And that looks really good. So now I can open this up and I can fold along the other score lines. And then I'm just going to put Tombow on one of the segments. And then I can fold this one down and this one in. This creates this little triangle right here at the bottom. Now we just need to add some ribbon to make the ornament. So I've got some real red 1/8 inch ribbon and I'm just going to thread it through that hole, bring it through and line up the ends, and then I'm going to make a knot. So you just make yourself a loop and then you bring both ends through at the same time. And I'm going to want that knot fairly close to the end, so just make sure it goes down to the end like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the reindeer. Just thread it through. Bring these up to match the ends. And then you're going to create a loop and bring the ends through. And then create like a little knot right here. And then if you want to, you can just trim off these little ends on an angle to give them more of a finished look. And then the last thing we need are Hershey's Kisses. And of course I buy them in a big pack. I'm always using them. And then I just like to slide them in from the side. I always put the tip in first and then I slide around on the bottom. And then I do the same thing for the other one. Now, if you're hanging these on the tree and they're going to be on there for a while, you might want to put a little mini glue dot on the bottom of the Hershey's Kiss just to help it stay in there. If they're just going to be sitting down on a table or on a plate somewhere, you won't need to do that. But over time, the cardstock might relax a little bit and the Hershey's Kiss might be more secure in there with a mini glue dot. So there you go. Aren't these just adorable? And they didn't take very long to make at all. And if you get your kids involved, it could be a really fun family activity. All the supplies that you'll need to make these cute holiday kiss tents or ornaments are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now. If you like this tutorial, be sure to check out all the free with purchase tutorials available on my blog. The Hershey Santa tutorial is just one of the exclusive tutorials that you can choose free with a minimum purchase in my Stampin' Up! Store. Hi, it's Brenda again. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also visit my blog for more information on my projects and to learn about my rewards program, or just watch another one of my videos. Thanks for watching.